there, signs. It's Suzanne with Sunny Forest Tarot, here to do a weekly reading for you. All right, so this is for Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. All right, so I did make a video. You might have noticed that I've been away for a while. I did make a video about that, so you can check that out. It's called A Message from Sunny Forest Tarot, if you want to check that out. But if you're new, you might want to check that out just to see what I'm about, okay? That might help you decide if you want to subscribe or be a part of my channel, all right? But I made that video so I wouldn't have to take up a lot of time talking about it before the reading, okay? All right, so we're going to do a 7-question reading this week. We're going to mix up the questions a little bit this week and see what comes out for you, okay? All right, so the first question is, how is your energy affecting others right now? How is your energy affecting others right now? Okay. Let's see. What do we have? First card, the Chariot. So your energy in some way is affecting whether people around you are following their heart or if they're preferring to be in a more logical, analytical state of mind. You might be the question of that. All right, so you might be the question of, you know, it may not make sense for me to follow my heart with this earth sign, yet my heart seems to continue to go back to this earth sign. You know, you might be affecting people with their work. You might be affecting people with their feelings in some way when it comes to you or how they feel about something in their life. But it feels big with the Chariot here. It feels like you might be affecting somebody with a major life decision. Your energy might be affecting that. Somebody might be getting ready to make a major life decision based on what their heart desires or based on what makes more logical sense. All right, so why do we have the Chariot here? We have the Two of Wands. Look at that. What is that about? A decision. So this person ultimately knows what they want to do, but they haven't taken any action. They haven't taken any action. You are affecting somebody's decision-making process. That's how you're affecting this person. Okay? What else? Hermit. All right. The Merlin in this particular deck is actually the Hermit. So Virgo energy. Those of you that are Virgos out there, this could be speaking directly to you. But the qualities with Virgo, right, are perfectionism, possibly going within. Oh, Boogie. There's nothing going on out there. We have an extremely windy day today. I feel like he is barking literally at the wind because it's making a lot of noises around the house. So, you know, Virgos are very comfortable being alone in their own head. They can be very analytical. The analytical energy might be dominating here right now as far as how your energy is affecting others. You know, there might be somebody around you that is very Can't get out of their head, can't get out of their analytical mind. But what's at the center of it, I feel like it's a decision between following their heart or following their head. That simple. That's how you are affecting somebody right now. So, what is it that Spirit desires for you right now? What is it that Spirit desires for you? All right, let's see. Excuse me, Temperance. All right, so this is card of Sagittarius. So there might be a particular Sagittarius in your hemisphere around you that Spirit says is very good for you in some way, okay? Now, if you're not dealing with a Sagittarius in some way, you know, I feel like Spirit is saying that a more balanced energy, a more balanced situation, you know, and it could be speaking to this energy of the Chariot, right? We've got the heart and the head, balancing our passion and our emotions, okay? I feel like Spirit is saying that is required in this particular situation. I feel like when you balance your emotion and your passion for whatever it is that you desire, it feels like things come into balance. It could help your person in their decision-making process as well. What do we have here? Why the Temperance card? Ace of Cups. When you balance your emotion and your passion, it helps your person, I feel like, to balance their analytical mind and their heart, which allows them to open up and give you their cup of love, which is the decision that this person is pondering. And on some level, it makes sense to their heart, but I don't know that it makes sense to their head just yet. Okay? What do we have here? What else? Look at that. Ace of Pentacles. Wow. That's exactly what's going on. There is a beautiful beginning waiting to happen for you. Whether it's somebody you know, whether it's a Sagittarius that you know, or simply the energy of balancing out your emotions and your passion. You might have come off very strong to somebody at one point, okay? The other person might have come off very strong to you. Temperance, you know, desires patience and balance and lack of chaos. So this situation might have been in some way chaotic, in some way overly passionate, in some way overly emotional. It might have been just within you. It might have been with you and this particular person. But it might have caused this person to go heavily into their headspace, which prevented them from following their heart at the time. Okay? All right, so what fear do you need to let go of? What fear do you, Earth sign, need to let go of? Okay. Two of Cups. Two of Cups came up in the water sign too. You're afraid that the connection is not mutual, and yet the Two of Cups is showing up. So that says, in some way, at some point, this connection either was mutual, is mutual, or is going to be mutual. You're afraid that it isn't. That's the fear that you have to let go of. What do we have here? Why the Two of Cups? Princess of Cups. Because this is Page of Cups, okay? So you feel at some point you shared some part of your heart with somebody, or some part of your heart with this person, or with, your organization. You shared a very vulnerable piece of you where you expected a different result, or you expected a different outcome or response. And because that didn't happen, it made you question this Two of Cups mutual connection. It made you question your intuition. What else? Eight of Swords. So it's put you in a cycle of thinking about this where you're not able to see beyond your own thoughts about this situation. So if you were looking at the overall situation from 30,000 feet, where you could see everything that was going on, I feel like you would have a very different perspective of what happened between you and somebody, or what's happening between you and this person, or what's going to happen. You would have a very different perspective. Okay? And this is definitely a card of, holding yourself back because you're afraid. You're afraid because of how you're thinking. And that fear, whether it's about being rejected, about being judged, whatever it is, that's what needs to be let go of, okay, to help you to experience this beautiful Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, which are about a new beginning with feelings and with intention to build something. Your energy, whether you realize it or not, can affect everybody around you, which it is. It's causing somebody to really be in turmoil about a decision they might have to make around following their heart or listening to their head. All right, so what's in your heart that needs to be shared? What is in your heart that needs to be shared that you might feel like you've already shared? All right, let's see. What do we have? 10 of Wands. So what's in your heart that needs to be shared is the burden, I feel like, of your fear of rejection, or your fear that something isn't mutual. The fact that you haven't forgotten about somebody, that your feelings haven't changed, that you want to give it another try, or you want to experience this person on a new level. And it's been a heavy burden for you, I feel like, for some time, for some of you. Why do we have the 10 of Wands here? The 2 of Swords. Remember, your energy is causing in some way somebody to really block their heart, be heavily in their headspace, possibly isolate themselves, not make a decision, right? We have the 2 of Wands down here, now the 2 of Swords showing up here. So if this person isn't communicating with you, it's because they're heavily in their head. You know, you aren't seeing this person's heart openly. We're asking what is in your heart that needs to be shared. It's like you simply need to open up your heart. Your heart might have become blocked and your person is picking up that energy because of the fear that you need to let go of, which is being afraid that this connection isn't mutual. What else? Look at, there's the Two of Wands again. So what has been a huge burden is what needs to be shared. Okay. The other thing that's showing up here, Wands and Swords, masculine energy. So you might find yourself being the pursuer if you are the feminine. That needs to be looked at. Okay? If you're the masculine, okay, you're heavily in your head. Two of Wands says there's action that needs to be taken about a decision that your heart has probably already made, but you're not taking action on. Indecisiveness is the burden. Indecisiveness is the burden. Whether it's your indecisiveness or the other person's indecisiveness is the burden. You know, and maybe that's something that needs to be shared, you know, that maybe you were indecisive in the past, or you need to talk about your person's indecisiveness towards you. You might know what is causing your person to be indecisive. That might be what needs to be discussed. But once this is released, this is the heaviest burden. You might be walking around thinking about something that you, Eight of Swords, just can't get. You can't see a different way. You can't see a different perspective. You haven't allowed yourself to look at things from 30,000 feet and realize there's things that you may not be seeing. All right. All right, so let's see what needs to be said by you. What needs to be said by you? Something meaningful that needs to be said by you, which could be interpreted as what somebody else needs to hear from you. The Empress. All right, so this can be a card of Taurus or Libra. Okay, so what needs to be said by you, I feel like, is that, which might be hard for some people to say, but you see somebody or something as your ideal. You see them possibly as your person, the one, your soulmate, your person, for lack of a better way of putting it. They need to hear that. They need to know that. They need to know. Let's see, why is the Empress here? The Fool. So this can be a card of Aries. You might be dealing with an Aries, or there might be an Aries surrounding this situation in some way. As far as what needs to be said, it's like, it's almost like you've got to put yourself on the line. You have no idea, and this is really about facing those fears that we talked about earlier, that Two of Cups, that the connection isn't mutual. That's at the core of it for you. Okay? It's like you've got to be a fool in love. Tell this person what they mean to you, or show this person what they mean to you. Two of Swords. So, what needs to be said by you is, you need to explain why you have carried this energy, why you have blocked your heart, why you haven't been giving and nurturing this situation like somebody who's in love. You haven't been necessarily acting like you're in love with this person, or that you have a strong desire or interest in this person. You haven't allowed yourself to be the complete fool and make yourself vulnerable. There's a lot of freedom in being the fool. You know, you might feel like you have done that with the Princess of Cups or Page of Cups. But what might have seemed very big to you might not have seemed big to your person. Okay, and sometimes people are in disbelief when they hear certain things. It needs to be reiterated, or it needs to be shown or said in a different way. But this energy is coming up for you, just like it came up earlier here. Two of Swords, possibly for your person. Both of you might share the same fears. Might be sharing the same fears. Let's see what we get here. Let's see. When it comes to what you might need to say, or what you might feel, or this person might feel needs to be said to them, what they want to hear from you. Let's see. I know we are connected in some unexplained way. When was the last time you said this to your person, or have you ever said this to your person? The purple is the crown chakra, okay? It's coming from a place of knowing. How good would that make you feel if they said this to you? That's how you know, if that would make you feel good. With the Two of Cups, remember, feelings are mutual. It would make them feel good too. Let's see, what do we have here? I see 3 does not work for us. Okay, so this might be that this person needs to hear this from you. This is the third eye chakra. So this person might need to hear from you that 3 does not work for us, meaning only 2 of Cups works for us. So if you're in a situation, or a situation where somebody is otherwise involved, connected, committed, or married, this person might need to hear you acknowledge that 3 does not work for us. And then let the chips fall where they may. But sometimes when we don't acknowledge this, it's like it's saying it's okay. It's okay for there to be an affair. It's okay for there to be, a third person. It's okay that I don't care that you are with somebody else. This needs to be acknowledged. This is something that your person might need to hear. This might be something that somebody needs to apologize for. Not apologize for having the feelings, but what we are doing after we acknowledge the feelings. What else? I desire success at all costs. What does that mean? That might be your person saying that to you. It might be you saying this to your person. What does success at all costs mean? Does it mean hurting somebody? Does it mean destroying somebody else's life? Does it mean being selfish? Selfish sometimes is good, sometimes not. But you might be in this energy, or your person might be in this energy. And that's what's causing this chariot energy of being stuck between the head and the heart. Because that's the energy that you're inspiring in somebody else. Somebody else around you is having a difficult time making a decision. If they see you as wanting success at all costs, even at the cost of hurting somebody that they care about, that might be what's causing that energy. So that might be something that needs to be said. And if that's your truth, then it's your truth. But it might be something to look at, because it does feel like the two of you in some way are really connected in some unexplained way. And if we want success at all costs, how do we go about doing that in the right way? Okay. All right, so let's take a look at something that you might need to see. Something that you need to see that you are not seeing right now. All right, so we have the Elder of Wands. All right, so this is the King of Wands. Another card of Aries, right? The Fool and the Elder of Wands, or the King of Wands. King of Wands energy, if you're the feminine, you might be much more in control than you think. You might be carrying a lot of masculine energy, okay? Which I see a lot with feminines. There's kind of a flip-flop of energy here. You might want to take a look at your masculine energy in this connection. It also can be that you don't see how confident you should be about something. You might be dealing, again, with an Aries, but it feels like you should be more confident about this situation, or whatever you're questioning in yourself. You should be more confident than you are, because your lack of confidence is causing you 10 of Wands. Why are we getting the King of Wands here? We have the Initiate of Wands. All right, so this is the Page of Wands. So the reason that the King of Wands is showing up is because Page of Wands here, what this is saying is I'm very comfortable with the initial phases of a connection. I love the flirtation. I love the butterflies in the stomach. But I can't seem to get past this stage. I can't seem to, get past the flirtatious, maybe newer energy of this connection. It's like, how do I go deeper? The way you go deeper is being more mature in your confidence, and also, if you are a feminine, allowing yourself to be more of the Empress energy. Your confidence and you and your allowance of this person, that will help them, that'll change your energy and help them follow their heart, because they will automatically feel more nurtured by you. What else do we have here? The Elder of Cups. So this is the King of Cups. So what you aren't seeing in some particular person, it might be a Cancer, okay, that's King of Cups. But what you're not seeing is that somebody deeply loves you, has a cup of love for you, ultimately wants to begin something with you. You hold a lot more power you would hold a lot more power if you could really find your confidence and get out of this less than mature energy. It's like you're looking for somebody you're looking for the other person to possibly do a lot of the work right now. And if you're the feminine, that's okay. If you're the masculine, you might want to question that. But what you can't see here is that you could have a lot more confidence in this situation. You might be very caught up in the playful, flirty energy that needs to be talked about. You might need a lot of validation from this person in order to believe that the connection is real. But you know that you're connected in some unexplained way, that this is a strong energy here, and that this is what it's surrounded by. Both of these things need to be discussed. So, let's see. What is a deep knowing that you have that's either fueled by fear or by love? What is a deep knowing that you have? Page of Swords. Okay, so there's more going on than meets the eye. The deep knowing that you have is that you or your person or both of you both are communicating indirectly with each other. You both might be paying more attention to social media, the social media of the other person, looking at pictures of the other person, trying to evaluate or come to some truthful conclusion going through the back door, versus saying what needs to be said or confronting something that you are afraid of. Going through the back door feels more comfortable, and you know that. Why do we have the Page of Swords here? King of Wands, and this King of Wands actually came up in the reverse. So that was saying that there's a lack of confidence, that you need to find your confidence. Until you find this King of Wands confidence, we've seen Aries 3 times. Aries might be playing a role somewhere here, might be a third person in some way. But for you, I feel like you have a knowing that there is a lack of confidence here for you, and that you are taking backdoor routes. What else? Devil. That's card of Capricorn. All right. So we're talking about earth signs. The devil can be the dark side of the lovers. This might be a dark romance in some way, especially if there are 3 people involved. This might be a secret romance. This might be, something that came along that you didn't expect or that they didn't expect. You have a knowing that there's a darkness that can be overcome with finding your confidence in your actions, and not going through the back door, listening to your intuition. For Capricorns, you might be dealing directly with an Aries or a fire sign. Success at all costs and the devil sometimes go hand in hand. You might be very stubborn. The devil can also be speaking to one of the 7 deadly sins. It can be lust. It can be one of the 7 deadly sins that you are committing in some way, and it kind of lingers over you, and it's something that has been tough to deal with for you in some way. You know that energy needs to change. So as far as the secret message here, what cards have come up more than once? Well, we have the King of Wands. We have the 2 of Swords and the 2 of Wands. Okay, so this is about decisions are very difficult to make when we're blocking our hearts. Even decisions that we know we want to make, or that we know that we should be making. There might be somebody in this situation, you or your person, that knows the direction they want to go in, but they hold back from taking action because of a lack of confidence, and because, whether you realize it or not, this is the energy that you carry as well. You might describe your person as carrying this energy, but you carry this energy as well. So it's almost like a kind of a mirroring type of situation. What you are identifying in your person as being a challenge, you also hold and carry that energy, as we saw right from the beginning. So it creates chariot energy, that question between following my head or my heart. There might be a third-party situation where the person's head is saying, you know what, that's where I need to be. But there's also possibly you, or it could go any different way with a third party, where their head or their heart is saying, well, I want to be with this earth sign. But my head says that doesn't make sense. But when you're carrying this 2 of Swords energy, it almost facilitates this lack of action from somebody else who actually really knows what they want to do. But you don't believe in your own power, so that comes through as well, which makes the decision even more difficult for your person. All right, so let's see. I'm just randomly picking 4 decks of oracle cards to get a message for you. And I'm doing different ones for different readings. Let's do this one. And I always say in personal readings that these cards might mean more to you than they do to me. All right, so take them for what they're worth. How it resonates for you. All right, let's see. What do we got? First card, letting go. Everything is indeed out of control, and God will hold it all. I can safely let go. So, where did the Two of Cups show up? That was in what we need, what fear we needed to let go of. So I feel like that's what this card is speaking to, is letting go of that fear that this isn't mutual. Okay? If it's not mutual, it's either way, it's going to serve you to know that. Okay? And then we have worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So this could be saying that when you look at your whole story with your person, with your situation, whatever it is, things might be feeling a little bit off, or everything is out of control because things are coming together, but maybe in a way that you don't expect. So something here is worth waiting for, and I feel like fear is worth letting go of. What do we have here? Spiritual growth. All of it, no matter whatever your situation is, ultimately you're growing from it, and so are they. And then we have, look at this, the game of love. Earth signs, are you playing games? Fives are about chaos and change. You know, love might feel like a game sometimes, but it really never is. It's really about shifting the power between two people. It's about shifting feelings. It's about growing feelings. It's about growth for each individual. But it ultimately sometimes feels like a game that gets very frustrating. But the more truth, the more you speak your truth, the more you are in, that energy of love, the less it feels like a game. All right. Earth signs. That is what I have for you. If you're looking for a deeper, more personal reading, certainly reach out. If not, no worries. I will be back in full swing next week, okay, with each of the zodiac signs. So for those of you that are back with me, welcome back. For those of you that are new, welcome. Again, I do have a video kind of just talking about where I've been and who I am as a reader and who I who I will continue to be as a reader, what things are changing a little bit, and what will stay the same. All right, so anyway, that's what I have for you guys. Enjoy your week, and I will talk to you next time. All right, thanks. Bye.